Maya and Chris thought the second income would finally make life easier. When they were both working, the math looked obvious. 2 salaries, more money, more security, more freedom. That was the dream. But a few years later, they were confused. They were earning more than ever, but somehow they felt more broke than before. The rent was higher, the car payments were higher, childcare was expensive, food delivery became normal because they were always tired. Weekends became recovery time, not planning time. The house needed 2 incomes to survive. The bills needed 2 incomes to survive. The lifestyle needed 2 incomes to survive, and that is when they realized something painful. The second income had not created freedom, it had become part of the trap. My name is Edwin, and welcome to The Wealth Shift. Today we are talking about why 2 incomes can leave you broker than one. This is called the 2 income trap. And before we go further, let's be very clear. This video is not saying one person should work and the other should not. It is not blaming women. It is not blaming men. It is not blaming marriage. It is not blaming families. 2 incomes can be powerful. 2 incomes can help a household save faster, invest faster, pay debt faster, buy a home, build a business, and create real financial security. But only if the second income is used intentionally. The danger begins when the household builds a life that requires both incomes just to stay alive, because then 2 incomes do not create freedom, they create dependence, and the moment one income disappears, everything starts shaking. That is the trap. Most people think the second income automatically makes them safer. But the truth is this: more income only helps if your fixed expenses do not rise at the same speed. If your income doubles but your lifestyle doubles too, you are not richer. You are just managing a bigger machine, a bigger rent, a bigger mortgage, a bigger car payment, a bigger food budget, a bigger childcare bill, a bigger shopping habit, a bigger vacation expectation, a bigger emergency risk. And now, instead of one person needing to keep working, both people must keep working. Not because they want to, because the household cannot breathe without both paychecks. That is how a second income becomes a cage. Let's break it down. The first trap is housing. When a couple has 2 incomes, lenders, landlords, and even the couple themselves may start thinking bigger. Bigger apartment, bigger house, better neighborhood, more space, better school district, more comfortable lifestyle. And sometimes those choices make sense. But the danger is when the household uses both incomes to qualify for the biggest payment possible. That means the home is not built around safety, it is built around maximum approval. And maximum approval is dangerous because the lender is asking, can you pay this if both incomes continue? But you should be asking, what happens if one income disappears? What if someone loses a job? What if someone gets sick? What if a child needs more care? What if one person burns out? What if the business slows down? What if the economy changes? What if one person wants to step back for a season? If the house only works when both people are earning at full strength, the house may look like success, but it may actually be pressure wearing a nice outfit. The second trap is childcare and work costs. A second income is not always equal to the full salary. There are costs attached to working. Childcare, transportation, fuel, parking, work clothes, eating out, convenience meals, extra cleaning help, more takeout, more stress spending, more "we deserve this" purchases because both people are exhausted. So when someone earns an extra $4,000 a month, the household may not actually keep $4,000. After taxes, childcare, commuting, food, and convenience spending, the real extra amount may be much smaller. That does not mean the second income is useless. It means you must calculate the real net benefit, not just the salary. The real question is, after all work-related costs, how much does the second income actually improve our financial life? If the answer is strong, great. Use it intentionally. But if the answer is small, then the household needs to be honest. Because sometimes people are running extremely hard for money that disappears before it builds anything. The third trap is lifestyle inflation. 2 incomes can make people feel like they have permission to upgrade everything. Better car, better furniture, better subscriptions, better vacations, better restaurants, better clothes, better phone, better house, better everything. At first it feels like progress, but slowly, every raise and every extra income source gets absorbed. The second income stops being a wealth-building tool. It becomes the fuel for a more expensive life. And once the family gets used to the new lifestyle, going backward feels painful. That is why lifestyle inflation is dangerous. It does not feel like a trap when it starts. It feels like a reward. You tell yourself, we both work hard. We deserve this. We can afford the payment. We are making more money now. And maybe all of that is true. But wealth is not built by what you can afford. Wealth is built by what you keep, own, invest, and control. If every extra dollar becomes a new obligation, income growth will not save you. The fourth trap is debt. Two incomes can make debt feel safer. A car loan feels manageable because there are two paychecks. A credit card balance feels less scary because money comes in twice. A mortgage feels possible because both salaries support it. A personal loan feels okay because the budget looks strong on paper. But debt does not care how tired you are. Debt does not care if someone loses a job. Debt does not care if childcare rises. Debt does not care if life changes. The payment is still due, and the more debt a household carries, the less flexibility it has. That is why the two-income trap is not really about income. It is about fixed obligations. A fixed obligation is a bill that does not easily disappear: mortgage, rent, car loan, credit card minimum, student loan, insurance, childcare contract, subscription, personal loan, phone payment. The more fixed obligations you create, the less freedom your income has. So a household with two incomes and huge fixed expenses may feel poorer than a household with one income and low fixed expenses. Because freedom is not only how much comes in, freedom is how much is not already claimed. The fifth trap is exhaustion spending. This one is quiet. When both adults are working hard, time becomes scarce. And when time is scarce, convenience becomes expensive. You buy food because no one has energy to cook. You pay for services because no one has time. You take trips because everyone needs an escape. You shop because stress wants relief. You stop planning because planning feels like another job. And none of this makes you a bad person. It makes you human, but the money still leaves. A tired household is easier to sell to. Convenience becomes normal. Impulse spending becomes emotional medicine. And financial planning gets delayed again and again. That is how people can earn more and still feel stuck. They are not only paying with money, they are paying with energy. So what is the solution? The solution is not to fear two incomes. The solution is to design the household so the second income creates options instead of pressure. Here's the first rule. Do not build your basic lifestyle on the full power of both incomes if you can avoid it. That does not mean everyone can live on one income. In many places that may not be realistic, but the principle is powerful. Try not to make every major fixed bill depend on both people working at maximum capacity forever. Leave margin, leave breathing room, leave room for illness, leave room for job loss, leave room for children. Leave room for career changes, leave room for life, because life will not always follow your spreadsheet. Second, know the real value of the second income. Calculate the real amount after taxes, childcare, commuting, work costs, convenience spending, and stress spending. Then ask, where is this money going? Is it building savings? Is it paying down debt? Is it buying assets? Is it funding a business? Is it creating options? Or is it disappearing into a more expensive lifestyle? You need to know, because money without direction always finds a place to vanish. Third, assign the second income a job. Do not let it just blend into the household and disappear. Give it a mission. For example, this income pays down debt. This income builds the emergency fund. This income funds retirement accounts. This income saves for a home down payment. This income builds a business fund. This income buys income-producing assets. This income creates a freedom fund. When the second income has a clear job, it becomes a wealth engine. When it has no job, lifestyle will hire it. Fourth, protect one income survival if possible. Again, this does not mean one person must stop working. It means the household should ask, could we survive for a season on one income if we had to? If the answer is no, what would need to change? Could we reduce fixed expenses? Could we build a larger emergency fund? Could we pay down one car? Could we avoid taking on a bigger mortgage? Could we lower subscriptions? Could we create a side income? Could we build savings before upgrading lifestyle? This is not about fear, it is about resilience. A household becomes powerful when it has options. Fifth, do not let society decide what your two incomes are for. Other people will always show you what to buy: a bigger house, a better car, a better vacation, a better lifestyle, a better image. But your income is not there to impress people. Your income is there to build your life. If two incomes help you buy peace, stability, ownership, freedom, and options, that is powerful. But if two incomes only help you look successful while feeling trapped, something is wrong. Maya and Chris eventually changed their plan. They did not quit their jobs overnight. They did not blame each other. They sat down and looked at the real numbers. They saw that the second income was not the problem. The problem was that the second income had no mission. So they gave it one. First, they used it to destroy high-interest debt. Then they built a real emergency fund. Then they stopped upgrading every time income increased. Then they kept housing costs below what the bank said they could afford. Then they began investing. Slowly, the second income stopped being survival money. It became freedom money, and that is the point. Two incomes should not make you more trapped. Two incomes should make you more flexible, more protected, more stable, more able to build, more able to choose. But that only happens when the household refuses to turn every dollar into a payment. Because the real danger is not earning two incomes. The real danger is needing two incomes forever just to survive. That is the two-income trap. More money comes in, more obligations get built, more pressure appears, and suddenly both people are running full speed just to stay in the same place. But you can avoid that. Use the second income to buy freedom, not just lifestyle. Use it to build assets, not just payments. Use it to create options, not just obligations. Use it to reduce risk, not increase it. Use it to make your household stronger, not more fragile. Because the goal is not to prove that you can afford more. The goal is to build a life that needs less pressure to survive. This video is for education only and is not financial, legal, tax, family, or relationship advice. Every household is different, so make decisions carefully and seek qualified guidance when needed. We post a new video every day on The Wealth Shift, so subscribe for everyday financial lessons that help you avoid money traps, build better habits, and grow real wealth. Shift your money, shift your future.